For those of you that are live and wondering, and those of you that are YouTube in the future wondering, looking at this deck list and going, man, this is a weird assortment of modern legal cards. Every month, Justin the Enabler on Twitch, he gets one deck list that I let him have free reign, and let him do as he sees fit. I've made a couple small changes here to what Justin submitted, but by and large, the core of this deck is Justin, so I take no responsibility for what is about to occur on your screen. Hats with the Twitch Prime support. Welcome, Hats. Thanks for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Has the roaring success of the... So, like, here, I'm gonna strap my tinfoil hat on here for a second before I say what I'm about to say. Is it possible that Magic Arena is being set up to fail to make us appreciate Magic Online in its current state? Maybe it's all a pump fake to make us realize that we really had it good all along, and that we shouldn't have been complaining for all of these years. Maybe that's the case. Breeding Pool, Birds of Paradise. Could be Just Guys NC combo. Could be Bant Company. This is a modern deck from someone who plays too much Standard. I believe it. No turn 2 play after Bird on 1 is interesting. That's an expensive pump fake. Well, I mean, they're gonna get some money out of it, right? Like, there's plenty of people that have already poured like hundreds of dollars into Arena, right? Oh, Spirits. Okay, that makes sense. Sweet. These Terminuses are gonna be great, right? Spell Queller this card, nerd. I'm gonna go ahead and Telling Time now, because I would prefer this doesn't get Spell Quellered, I think. Oh, jeez. Oh, whew. I thought they were about to Rattle Chains and a Mausoleum Wanderer and counter my Telling Time. It's about to be said. Well, ain't that a bag of dicks. Alright, so I guess I'm taking this other farmland, because I guess that cycles at least, right? Look at that. Look at all the people that retweeted me. Thank you, folks. Good morning to everyone. Welcome to a Bastion of Constructed and a Sea of Limited. There is a Sphinx of the final word in the sideboard. We're going to queue into Jeskai this league, hopefully, and make them very sad. Question all of their life choices. Be like, what? Why am I playing against this card? Worth noting, we can cycle this Irrigated Farmland into Terminus on their turn. The MTG Arena economy stuff is just like, it's so sad because so much of Arena looked so well done that, like, to have something like as simple as the economy be the thing that messes it up, just like, it's kind of sad, right? Sphinx of the Final World just tells me you wanted it more, right? That's true. That's true. I think this one is actually better than the last one we played, This Up to Barlow. I'm not fetching here because we put a land at the bottom of our deck earlier. Although we might fetch before we tell time here. Yeah, the cycle lands are very reasonable. I love the bicycle land corrections. It's going on Dark Magi. Yeah, the poll on Twitter was pretty unanimous that people thought I should stream while the draft portion was going on. Look, Justin called it Teferi Tribal and then didn't put any 5-mana Teferis on it, the other Teferi, so I'm not one to judge, you know. I'm gonna crack both of these now before I put more cards at the bottom of my deck. What's going on, Jet? And they just started the draft portion, right? So, like, there's the draft plus 3 matches plus their stupid lunch break, because for some reason, there's a lunch break at the Pro Tour. Getting spell quellered? That's rude. Alright, so Opt sounds great. And then which of these other two do I want? Put target land second for the top. I guess this tags the spell queller, which seems okay. I don't mind having something that impacts the board. Maybe I just want the search for Azcanta. Yeah, actually, I'm going to kick Opt, and then I'm going to put search on top of my deck. Yeah, they could have Rattle Chains up. That's true, too. So I'm going to go tapped land into search for Azcanta here, because they don't have that much pressure, right? And, like, one of the nice things about the opponent's deck is that while it's an aggressive deck, it doesn't have any traditional forms of reach, so I can be pretty liberal about using my health total as a resource here. Justin's crappy deck greater than people drafting Fight with Fire. What's going on, Ed Bingo? Thanks for the 6-month resubscription. I appreciate it. I'll take one for the team. So since their spirits have flash anyways inside of combat, I'm going to go ahead and opt here. Watch your Ascendancy video last night, and when you were talking about infinite combos in the deck, you didn't manage Banishing Knack. I don't actually know what that card does. What does that do? Target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. I think the effect of that card, so that's like, what's it called? That's similar to, I'm blanking on its name. That's very similar to that other card that people have played in the past. I'm super blanking on its name. I would love to transform this search. Retraction Helix. Retraction Helix. That's exactly what it's similar to. And I think that, like, again, like, while that's less bad and, like, has more play to it than some other things, I think it's kind of mediocre. I think if you want an infinite combo in the deck, it should either be Mystic Speculation or the reserve cards. I don't think the Retraction Helix, yeah. Well, Abundant Growth doesn't actually make mana, right? So it doesn't work with Abundant Growth. Oh, you're saying if you have 2 mana creatures, it works with Abundant Growth, so I guess that's true. Yeah, probably a budget constraint. We could die here. Whispers of the Muse, obviously. Yep, that's pretty good. A brand new sub. The original Kim Jong-poon with the Twitch Prime. Welcome and thanks for the support. Yeah, it was pretty good. Pretty good. We need a miracle, chat. We need a miracle. Well, that is not a miracle. I suppose I can cast him. I can cast Teferi, and I can plus him, and then I can still Into the Roil with Kicker, hit a Terminus on their turn. I guess I could also tuck this, right? Is that reasonable? I guess I kind of just want to tuck this, and then I can Into the Roil here and not be dead. That's probably better, right? I guess if they have any instant speed thing here, this is worse. They have, like, a Rattle Chains to get me. Another company. Yeah, I think this... Oh, I should have disallowed. Why didn't I disallow? I didn't disallow because I'm dumb. That was a punt. I would have missed going for the Terminus line. 10 out of 10 should have disallowed. Alright, we've got some more sweepers here. Sweepers are good. I don't know if Dispel is good enough. It's probably not. I think Commit to Memory is probably a little bit narrow. That's probably not good enough. I feel like they have enough crappy creatures that Blessed Alliance probably isn't good enough. Some of these clicks are probably okay, just because they allow us to trade in combat. I'm going to bring in 2 of those, I think. I don't think I want all of them, but I think like bringing in a couple seems fine. That's not true. Sometimes we lose very slowly. Sometimes we lose very slowly. Yeah, that seems fine on the play, right? I guess it's a little bit mediocre because like their threats have flash. But I guess if they're like lining up for like a quick Geist of St. Traff, the Mana Leak is good. Really need to draw some more lands. Yep. Do they not have another spirit this turn? Alright. Opponent is king or queen of loose keeps. I'll allow it. Well, I'm just going to Into the Roil this because I'll have to discard 2 cards. This is technically 1-for-1. Yeah, if you wanted to provide a specific list with deck and Helix, that's definitely something I'd play as a donation deck. I'm pretty confident. I've tried it in the past and I wasn't impressed with it, but if you wanted to send money specifically for me to play that, it's an archetype I enjoy. It's not that different to put those cards in. Yeah, right? If their second land is a fetch land, how good would that be? Right on time, Terminus. If you're a subscriber, it's a minimum of $10 to put a donation deck in the queue. All the details on how donation decks work can be found here. Just gonna go ahead and Mana Leak this one, I think. Nah, yeah, let's not do that. I guess this lets them counter the Disallow on their fetch. So I can just trade this Disallow for this. It's also possible that like they're playing a mana creature with that fetch land, so maybe I should just like wait because I can verdict them at some point in the future anyways. Although verdict's not guaranteed to resolve because Spellquiller Exile, so it does technically stop it from happening. Yeah, I think Flusterstorm is a fine card in Modern. I don't even know that it would be that good, honestly. I think if I hit an untapped land here, I'm just going to go ahead and Wrath their board. Like I have Teferi and Terminus, so like keeping their board pretty clear is ideal. Yeah, I'm just going to shock this in and clean their board out. That's an easy trade there. And like, if they deploy one threat, I get to Teferi it. If they don't deploy a threat, I get to Teferi, draw a card, have Mana Leak up. Yeah, Disallow is probably the best cancel variation, right? Look, I am many things, but I'm certainly honest, Grimwatch. Alright. All these Terminuses lighting up well. That's fine. Honestly, once we're at 6 mana here, like having Terminus in our hand is pretty okay. And step Rattle Chains, sure. Render Silence technically isn't a cancel, right? It's, if you have white mana, I guess you could argue it's a cancel, but like, as far as like the definition of a cancel goes, it's like blue, 1, right? Clique's pretty decent here. Also, like, this Celestial Colonnade just, like, blocks this Rattle Chains, right? Which sounds great. I'm tapping my lands here so I can untap them with Teferi. I love that Terminus gets around both of their anti-sweeper cards. Like, it beats Selfless Spirit and it beats Spell Queller because it costs so much. I didn't leak it because, like, I'm probably going to Terminus soon, and, like, these don't threaten to lethal Teferi because I have the Celestial Colonnade in play. So, this is actually kind of a pump fake here, but just in case they don't see the Colonnade, I'm going to activate this pre-attackers because I want to discourage them from attacking since I'm Terminusing next turn anyways. So, like, just in case my opponent's not paying attention, I'm going to activate this to call attention to it because I actually don't want them to attack here because I'm clearing their board next turn, and I'd prefer Teferi stay at a higher loyalty. It's like, it's a small thing, but, like, I think it's relevant because I want to encourage them to make the right play because them playing optimally plays into what I want them to do. Because it's not optimal for them to attack into the Colonnade. So, like, whereas, like, and it's even easier to do that on Magical Mind because it just looks like I want to auto pass, so I'm activating my Colonnade at the first opportunity. In paper, I probably wouldn't have activated the Colonnade, but I'd have, like, picked up my Colonnade and, like, moved it into combat and, like, counted my 5 lands out to the side. Just so you can, like, encourage your opponent to do what you want them to do. What's going on, Mr. Silicon? Morning. I'm going to go ahead and fetch here, because if we're going to be telling time and opting things to the bottom of our deck, I'd like to ensure that they stay there. That's actually a good draw, right? Because I can go ahead and take them off this Cavern of Souls so my mana leaks are live again. I don't like to do things to imply, like, the Pro Tour coverage is interesting, and, like, if you enjoy draft, like, there is a small segment of people that enjoy watching Limited. I think a good, there's definitely an argument to be that, like, a good portion of the audience that watches me here is not interested in Limited. I think Limited in general just, like, doesn't make for particularly exciting television. Like, part of the reason, and, like, especially, like, with what I do here, I think a big part of what encourages people to tune into Magic coverage is the ability to take what they're seeing and, like, play it themselves. And, like, while in Limited, you can learn pick orders and stuff like that, like, I can't take the draft deck that I'm watching someone play and, like, take it home with me and learn to play it better, right? Whereas, like, if someone has a sweet modern deck or a sweet standard deck, I can go, oh, I can take that home with me. That's something that's tangible, that, like, I can reproduce exactly. This is a good field of rune draw there. Get to go ahead and take them off this Gavany Township. I think I just want to get value out of my mana leak here, right? Alright, sweet. This matchup's probably actually not that bad for us. Like, the Terminus is just really good here. Thank you, our Lord and Savior Hoagland, for delivering us from Limited. The Judgeinator, thanks for the 10-month resubscription, bud. I appreciate it. Thanks for the continued support. It was. That was a Hoagland concede. That was a good life EV concede, right? That was like I understand this game is over, but my opponent's not going to win for a while, so I'm gonna pack it anyways, though. Yeah, Blink of the Eye is a functional reprint of Into the Roil. I should path the bird, right? That's what conventional wisdom says. You bolt the bird. Yeah, I plan to stream Constructed until they are back from lunch. So I'm planning to stream Magic Modern until they're done with their lunch break. Yeah, you should drop me a message, Little Marion, and I will be happy to get that out of the queue. I did not have time to pick one out specifically. So drop me a whisper, drop me a DM on Discord. Oh, you know what? I probably should have played an untapped land there, right? Because then I could opt into a thing. We might actually die to this Geist of Saint Draft because this Mausoleum Wanderer kind of protects them from Terminus. That's a Wrath of God. I get to opt into a potential Terminus this turn. Maybe I'm supposed to path this, actually. Yeah, I think Gas Out's a sweet card in general. Rune and Rune are words that sound exactly the same. So I'm not sure I understand. Field of Rune and Rune, they're the same words. They have different meanings, they're spelled differently. It's like witch and witch. Am I considering playing more Vintage on stream? Yeah, the last 2 Vintage videos actually gone over pretty well on YouTube. I think like 1 Vintage League a week is probably reasonable. Can we win without a top deck Terminus? Probably not. I guess it depends on like how many, it probably depends on, well, that's kind of brutal. We're gonna opt here in case we opt into a Terminus. All right. And then this is gonna happen. A rune is 2 syllables. I don't know if I believe you. So the problem here is, even if I path this, I still can't Wrath of God next turn, because this prevents me from wrathing. You're supposed to say ruin instead of rune. Nah, ruin. I've never heard it pronounced ruin. Rune. Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely. That's definitely that. I'd fully believe that that's a local thing, but that's all comes down to turn 1. Should have path. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 here. I think I am pathing this Thalia so that way our Terminuses are more likely to resolve if we hit them. Ruin. Nope. Nope. Definitely pronounced ruin. Any way I've ever think of it. Is there a link to the subs Discord? Yeah, details on the Discord is here. Field of Ruin, yep. That's true. Pathing the Thalia does give us the ability to draw Supreme Verdict as well for our turn. Hey, Nyan Dreaming. I like your stream, but I'm not going to use my words to say why. Thank you for the 3 months of support. A quarter of a year. Welcome back. So we're going to 4 here, and again, which is low, but if we can hit, we get 2 shots to hit Verdict, or we get 1 shot at Terminus, or 1 shot at a Verdict and 2 shots at a Terminus here, so... I'm gonna go ahead and play this Field of Rune out. Field of Rune. Did my donation go through? I don't think I've seen a donation yet this morning. No, it doesn't look like any donations have come through yet this morning, Grimwatch. They'd at least pop up in. I miss them occasionally. So we have to cycle into Terminus. Top card needs to be big. Big Daddy Sweeper, survey says. Dead. Possible chance we could have won that first game if I would have disallowed the right thing, but that first game we still would have been pretty far behind. Needed a Terminus in our top few there, and it did not come to fruition for us. This card's actually not terrible in a format full of fetch lands. I don't know if it's better or worse than Cast Out, but it's very similar to Cast Out, to be fair. Sand seems fine. We've got Search for Azcanta. We've got a Telling Time to help us dig to a potential Terminus at some point. The name honestly made me expect this deck to be worse. It's not 4 mana Submerge. It's better than that. It can target a spell on the stack, right? A spell or non-land permanent, and puts it second from the top. So it gives you 2 turns and it fixes any problem. I really think it's actually kind of okay. Delver of Squeak Rates. That's interesting. Search also helps us try and get to... Well, that's unfortunate. Helps us get to Terminus faster. I have never in my life heard someone pronounced Ruin as Ruin. It's always been Ruin. And I would fully believe that that's a Midwest thing. I would fully believe that that's a Midwest thing. But I'm just saying that everybody's like, this is how it always is everywhere. It's not how it is everywhere. It's not how it's like in the Midwest. I'm going to hold on to the Telling Time for now. I'm not really looking for anything in particular. Yeah, I'm in for a Teferi, right? I think I'll take him. How much would it take to get you to play some Karnfather today? The minimum donation to break up the schedule that I have set for a day already is $100. The deck has to get to 100 points. So if you're putting a new deck in the queue, that's a $100 donation. I think the fact that this is flipped means I'm probably willing to Telling Time to dig aggressively for a Terminus here. Just want to like clear their board off. I could Jace unsummon this. That probably eats a Logic Knot, but I think I'm okay with that. All right, so I'm gonna take this Cast Out. I'm gonna put this Jace on top. The island goes in the bottom. I'm actually gonna cycle this Cast Out here. Although maybe I should keep the Cast Out to like cast out during their upkeep to tap them out. Yeah, maybe that's the case. I'm gonna bury an extra Teferi. Path's a good draw. Yeah, I guess I'm actually just gonna path this, right? The path here will actually let Azcanta flip next turn. There's a Gut Shot in their deck. That's something. Because even if they have like a Negate or a Dispel in their main deck, I have Disallow and Logic Knot to fight over it. Grim Watch with the $15 donation. Any preferable Goryo's Vengeance list except Narset Cannon? It'll probably be Glacial Brand. Thanks for the donation. We'll get that into the queue at the end of the day. I appreciate it. Welcome. Thanks for support, Grimwatch. If I knew what was happening on June 18th, I would tell you, but Justin won't tell me what's happening on June 18th, so I actually don't know. Alright, this is the part where I use my Field of Ruin here. Gilder Moorland Haunt. He's only fluent in base 10. I'm fluent in other bases, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and bin that. Play the Mind Sculptor. Start sculpting their minds. You want your mind sculpted, opponent? How do you feel about getting your mind sculpted? I believe it's just someone's homebrew. I actually cleaned the list up a little bit. I changed a couple of the details. So it won't be exactly what's in the queue, but it's pretty close. God bless you, opponent. Opponent understands when the game is done. I can only assume we're not playing Entreat the Angels because Entreat the Angels wins the game and we can't have any of that. Do you think something should be banned in Modern? No, probably not. I think people have been okay with how degenerate the format is for a while, so it probably should stay as is. I think I want to trim some of my counter spells, maybe a touch of these clunkier cards up top. I definitely want Verdict. I think a couple of clicks to trade with their snap their Delvers is probably fine too. Click is sweet. It's basically like a pseudo removal spell. That's also a threat in some matches. I'm not boarding in Clique as a win condition. Justin, have you seen how we're playing these cards? These cards are removal spells. These aren't threats, they're answers. Is Sphinx awful? I feel like if we get to 7 mana, we're probably winning. I feel like we probably don't need the Sphinx. So we'll fetch Hallowed Fountain tapped on 1, go search on 2. If you're not losing, you're winning. Kinda, sometimes, maybe. Am I supposed to jam this search into obvious counterspell? I think so. I think our deck's kind of expensive and got enough bombs in it to, like, their counterspells are going to eat into us at some point anyway, so might as well just jam. Remand deal. I'll allow it. But I can't until everything changes on June 18th. I don't... Alright, guys, can you just, like, give me a hint? Should I plan to stream extra that week? Why did we pick June 18th? Why did we pick June 18th? I don't understand. I don't understand. Somebody help me understand. What are you planning, Justin? What have you roped them into? The Drowning Cow live with the big dog donation. It's my birthday and payday, so let's make my day even better with some green Blacktron. Thank you very much for the very generous donation. I'll be sure to, do you have a particular green black list? You want me to just find my favorite? June 18th is a good day to remember. Is our entire hand standard legal? It is, isn't it? The Hallowed Fountain is the only card that's not. Nope. I want the field. I'm gonna draw that. I'm just gonna cast out this Jace now at sorcery speed. Sounds good. Will do. I wonder if they can interact with this cast out. They're gonna slam a Teferi of their own here. They play like Teferi Delver. This art is A+. That's a rude opponent. Whenever someone bumps the queue like that, I have an immediate reaction to outbid them, but I made a deal. God, that's funny. I think I'm just supposed to slam a Teferi of my own here, right? And I can't tuck their walkers because then my walker will die. Where's your Planner Cleansing, right? Planner Cleansing isn't standard legal. Thanks, Magic Applegate. We need Urza's Rudis Blast, right? No, that doesn't kill the Planeswalkers, right? That's only non-legendary cards. It's interesting that they have all these walkers in their Delver deck. I wonder if they just like board bigger. Try and hit a Terminus here. Definitely don't need a third Teferi. Ew! I believe in miracles. Beep doo. Beep beep doo. Beep doo. Vapor Snag my Snapcaster Mage. Vomit. I got you, Coma Cake. I got you. It's fine. We kind of traded one for one, right? Kinda. Yeah, I'm gonna bin that. Click's not bad here. I think I'm gonna tuck Jace here, right? Is our opponent's deck a better Justin deck? Ask you the real questions. It was kind of great, Marion. You're not wrong. It was quite excellent. Oh, I could have shuffled the Jace away with the field. That's true. I didn't even think about that. It's a good line. I'm going to start by trying to opt into another Terminus here. I'm going to go ahead and play this Clique to try and keep Teferi alive. I assume this is going to eat a Leak or a Remand or a Cryptic Command or something. They have Cryptic in their deck. Okay. The search for Azcanta is going to flip this turn. And then hopefully get to play another Teferi next turn. I guess I should have brought in... If we go to a game 3, I'm going to bring in the... I am going to bring in my copy of the Sphinx out of the board, because they definitely boarded into a bigger, more controlling deck here. Or maybe they were a big controlling deck all along and they just like happened to be playing Delver. All right, that's really not that big of a deal. So now the question is, do I want to opt on their turn to try and hit a Terminus, or do I want to just activate this Azcanta? I feel like I probably want to opt. I feel like I probably just want to opt here. It is a Moorland Haunt on their side. This match is going to come down to decking. It could. It could. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and opt for a Terminus here, I think. That's actually okay. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to say, hey, you sacrifice creature. Spell Pierce. Okay. Weird. They have a really interesting assortment of cards. Like, they've got Teferis and Jaces, but like at the same time, they have a bunch of like these tempo cards like Spell Pierce and Delver. Here to avoid the draft post, let's go to Headless for Eyes. All right, that's a commit to memory. Let's try and stick this cast out. I did this now as opposed to during their upkeep because I wanted to make sure I had lands that I could untap with my Teferi. I'm going to stop on their turn and try and keep my Teferi alive here. Yeah, they'll do standard this afternoon. No, it's standard constructed. If you open the donation queue, Just Kai Boy, it'll be linked in there. The Bomatsu deck is actually getting bumped to third because we had a Cut the Line donation to sneak Tron into the second deck that we're going to be playing today. It's unfortunate. Yep, Tron's Max actually just updated the stream title to reflect that. Maybe Pimped Up Monk. We'll see how long we have to go. That's really good. All right, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and do this. There we go. There's the piece of candy we were looking for, chat. There's one verdict in our deck. No Vapor Snag. That's good for us. I guess they have to go ahead and make a Moorland Haunt token here, but we're still at 15, which is a nice health total. Oh yeah, there's a new emote. We have a piece of candy. It's a piece of candy in chat now too. Look at that. I forgot I submitted that last night. Just mono candy emotes in chat. Next time we have Tireless Tracker. That'll be excellent. Since he's the candy man. Okay, I mean, this Blessed Alliance in conjunction with some other stuff might be enough. Probably not, because they're going to have to make more tokens here. Yeah, I think we're pretty dead at this point. I'm going to reassess how we sideboarded here a little bit. And by that, I mean we're boarding in the Sphinx. I think I'm pretty happy with what I did. Maybe I actually want this Wrath of God since they have Geist as well. think I actually want these extra clicks since they have planeswalkers that I'm going to need to pressure. Might trim this commit memory. Into the Roil is a little bit medium too. This is a standard deck card on Hurkyl. Yeah, this is almost like a Justin deck mirror match, right? It's almost like a Justin deck mirror match. Six of the Final World is kind of like, he kind of has the final word of this matchup, right? Unless we wrath him off the board, he's probably going to hang out. I think I like the mana leak just because my opponent has 4 and 5 mana planeswalkers in their deck. Like they had Teferi and they had Jace the Mind Sculptor last game. Verdict's a good pickup here. Gives us a nice clean reset if they have a fast Geist. No, I don't think I really want to cut sweepers, especially efficient sweepers, in the face of they thought scoured me. Maybe they do think that this is going to come down to decking. Or they misclicked, one of the two. Digging for a Jace here. All right, well. I guess I'll leave that other land on the bottom of my deck for now until I need to crack this fetch. We have plenty of other lands to play out in the meantime. This island's really pretty. I like a lot of these. They have two different Ravnica lands there. It feels bad to bottom Terminus, but like they don't have anything going on, right? Ooh, opt into opt. Everybody check opt into opt off your bingo cards. Ooh, Teferi. We're not just gonna jam Teferi here because we know they have a bunch of counter spells, so obviously not just slamming this into a cryptic command here. Vapor snag me, baby. Vapor snag me, baby. Let's go! Oh, yeah. Gonna give it to you. Gonna give it to you. Turn my creature land into a regular land. How do we win without Elixir of Immortality? Hopefully we ult a Teferi. And we just keep having Teferi tuck himself. Alright. They're going to begin sculpting our minds, chat. They're sculpting our minds. I assume this is going to be a 6-land hold up 2 mana counter for our Planeswalker, which kind of sucks. I don't really have good answers to that. Maybe I shouldn't have boarded out the commit memories just because they had so many walkers. Pretty obligated to jam this, I think. Like, good chance we get Logic Knotted or whatever here, but pretty sure we're just supposed to slam this down their throat and hope for the best. We did win the first game of this match. The first game, they were like some kind of Delver deck. And they seem to have boarded into a bunch of Planeswalkers. We are 0-1 in this league, and this is game 3 of the second match. I disabled the record command because it kept being wrong so often it was confusing people anyways. Looks like a Logic Knot. Yep, it's unfortunate. We're just not going to beat this Jace the Mind Sculptor. Just going to go ahead and give my opponent the same courtesy they gave us in game 1. Just going to get buried. It's going to take my opponent like 40 turns to kill us, but we're not winning. Opponent's got 6 cards in hand on tapping with the Jace. This is the style of matchup that, like, when people talked about Jace taking over Modern, that Jace could actually take over. That's a low bar, but you're right. It is better than Prison Gifts. Gotta find a green-black Tron list for the next one. I guess. Prison Gifts sounds like it should be a low-budget porno. Conceding instead of wasting your time. Thanks for the bits, Mr. Tasty. Just a deck submission or lower budget porno film might be a game I have to play here. Oh. Wow, there are a bunch of Tron decks in the Moto PTQ. Drowning Cow, do you want explicitly green-black Tron, or is just green-based Tron okay? Looks like a lot of these decks that did well in the PTQ didn't have black cards in them. Yeah, I'm not sure you can override a default command like that. Oh, you want to give me money. Details on how to give me money are here. There you go. That one right there. What's going on, Robinson? Unfortunately, our opponent is... I mean, these decks are listed as green-red Tron, but they actually don't. The successful ones don't really look like they have Return to the Main like one of them does. There's a bunch of Tron decks from this PTQ. Come on, opponent. This 1/8/1 list had Emrakul the Promised Son on the board, which is kind of hot. Man, I actually really like this build a lot. It's got 4 Oblivion Stone Analyst Dust, and 2 Ugin, just like mono sweepers. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. TGIF, hanging out, playing some Modern while the Pro Tour plays some kind of format where they rip open booster packs like Primeapes and hope to open some Bomberoos. "10-minute disconnect is such an eternity. It's so long. I don't know why the league disconnect time is so long. I guess while we wait, I'll get this Tron deck loaded up. Yeah, Promised End is great. I've played it off and on before. I just haven't seen other successful decks doing it before. Hoagland does social media go. There's a lot of good. I had a lot of good tweets this morning about the MTG Arena economy. Do you think WotC would ever ban me for giving them such harsh feedback? That's something I should be concerned about. I almost feel like it's something I should be concerned about these days, since Moto is my actual job now. Yeah, this blue-white deck is probably one of the less bad Justin ones. Guess who's back? Back again. My opponent's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? Do 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 do. This is the worst too, because and this is the problem with Moto's disconnect timer. They're just doing something else. Like they AFK'd for 3 minutes and now they came back and clicked and now they're AFK again. They might pay you for I feel like you are drastically overestimating how Wizards of the Coast tends to react to feedback. Reading Clay's comments that didn't go through WotC PR made me feel much better than the Economy post. Blightning's just outclassed these days. Modern's a format where people get empty-handed pretty quickly and consistently with the good decks, so maybe I should have played the field there so I could field them at the end of this turn potentially. Alright, chat. For everybody who thinks this deck doesn't look that bad, Justin's original submission for this deck had 4 copies of the card Index in it. The fuck does Index do, right? That's the real question. No, I've never really interacted with too many WotC people officially. All I know is that content creators who are much smaller than the stuff I do here get far more WotC support than what I do, which is none. So I can only assume they largely don't appreciate the things that I do and say. Okay. We found a piece of candy, chat. We found a piece of candy. Delicious. That's fine. That's fine. Got my 2-for-1. That's true. That's true. To be fair, the men's fashion support probably equates to more actual dollars than what WotC supports a lot of their content creators with. Although I did think it was kind of funny. Maybe it was just kind of sad that they have an official content creator support for MTG Arena now, and they've never had that for Magic Online. Like, Magic Online's existed for like 2 decades? 15 years, however long it is. Let's sign up for a little while. I think I'm gonna go ahead and disallow this. You guys want to keep their threats off the table here by and large? Hey, it was 4 mana unsummon plus take a lightning bolt out of their hand, chat. Don't undersell my Jace the Mind Sculptor. He ruined Modern. Probably a pretty good chance they're in Desolate Lighthouse. I also likely want to use this field kind of aggressively because there's a good chance they have Blood Moon in their deck. Is Flashback Madcap Experiment? Nope. Nope, that one can stay right where it is. Yes. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Bum ba dum ba dum ba da 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 da. Dum da dum da dum da 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 da. Too much candy, Full Metal Alchemist. You don't feel good? Others would say it's orchestrated skill. Yeah, we hit 1400 sub points last night, which unlocked a new emote for the channel. So we have a piece of candy emote now. I think I actually have 1 or 2 more emote slots too, because like I took off the Hurkyl Dingler since we weren't really streaming much Hex anymore. Need to figure out what I want to do with those slots. But the piece of candy emote's been suggested and I thought it was a good one, so. I guess if I would have activated my field, I could have flipped Azcanta this turn. So maybe that was worthwhile. Yeah. Yeah, I mean at this point I should probably hold it. I didn't have 6 mana that turn. I only had 5 mana that turn. The turn I Terminus, I only had 4 mana left. Otherwise, I would have been able to Terminus plus Teferi. I was thinking about maybe doing a multi-part emote. Those seem fun. Oh, Teferi untaps lands. Yeah, you're right. Maybe... I don't know, that leaves a Snapcaster Mage in play, which Snapcaster Mage plus Lightning Bolt kills the Teferi. I'm gonna go ahead and field here, because this way if there's a card I want to keep on top of my deck, I'm able to keep it and still flip my search for Azcanta. Alright, I'm gonna jam this with Disallow up. You almost certainly have some amount of counter spells here. Now, I think it's right to just, I have a link to my string of tweets talking about Arena Economy. In fact, we should probably create a command for this. Probably create a command for this. There's a link to my tweet, and that tweet has the economy stuff in it. All right. Any 2 mana counter gets us here, obviously. Man, that, I can't believe that resolved. It, feels pretty good, chat. Unless he gets double lightning bolted. He could get double bolted here. Alright, so we get to untap lands, then path the Snapcaster Mage. Let's link those commands. The problem with just reading Chris Clay's actual comments is that even if Chris Clay like understands what needs to be done and wants to do better for the game and the players and whatnot, he obviously doesn't have the power to do that. And the people at WotC that have the ability to actually make decisions are pretty tone deaf, or like aren't acknowledging what the players want or needs to be done. So like it's great that Chris Clay like really wants to do good by the players, and I understand being handcuffed. Like honestly, like that's been the issue with Magic Online style of things all along, right? It's just like being the devs. I don't think anyone who works on Magic Online goes into working on Magic Online going, you know what? We're gonna make this program terrible for the players. I think all of them almost certainly genuinely want to make it awesome, but they're hamstringed by the management. Hey, Magic Applegate with the $50 donation. Thank you very much. Here is a pile of money to play Aetherworks in Modern. I'll send my list. Feel free to make it 10 out of 10. Sounds good, Applegate. I appreciate the support. I'm planning to stream again Sunday after the Pro Tour Top 8 is done. So we'll start with that deck then, most likely. I think when people send in donations, they can pick the animation or the GIF. I mean, casting Emrakul is pretty good, right? Yeah, sure. Unsummon Teferi. You gained 200 viewers when LSV went off the PT stream. That's great. I assume we're gonna pick viewers up pretty periodically as people like as the PT has downtime and stuff. Golden Cryptic Command. The Golden Cryptic Command rained down on my Teferi. Does that make it like a golden shower? Opponents had enough. I love that they understand. Our opponents have been very good about understanding when the games are over today, which has been quite good. All right, so I'm pretty sure I'm boarding these Terminuses out. We're going to leave these paths in because they might leave some of their Madcap experiments in. I definitely want this Dispel. We definitely want this Sphinx of the final word. I probably want these clicks in order to pressure opposing Jaces. No, so for reference, I don't think Teferi is 4x good, but Teferi is good in Modern for a few reasons. First is that he starts at a high loyalty. Second is that this 5 he has in his corner, that's a fucking lie. His 5 in the corner is a lie. His 5 actually is a 3. That's what that number means. That number is actually 3. And as a 3-mana Planeswalker, this card is great. He's also unconditional removal for any type of problem card, and control decks in Modern often suffer from the wrong half problem, which being able to remove any type of card is very good. Watch the Pro Tour and Boring Jeff, or watch Jeff play adjusted deck. What's going on in the Blur? We're gonna play some green-based Tron in the league after this one, and we've got some Bomat Zoo coming up after that for sure. Yeah, exactly. He's a 3-mana card that says you can't play him till turn 5. Yeah, he's technically can win the game on his own too. That is definitely true. I think this deck probably goes overboard with 4 of him, but this is a Justin deck, so you know, it is what it is. But I think like having 2 to 3 copies is very, very reasonable. Was that a good draw, chat? What do you think of that one? Maybe I'm supposed to path during their upkeep here since I have the Dispel to protect it, just so like they can't slam Jace the Mind Sculptor on 3 here. Because they like untap and slam Jace, I'm gonna be in a pretty miserable spot. Maybe I was supposed to leave in some Terminuses. I guess I wasn't expecting Thing in the Ice. This seems like a nice board pivot plan from the opponent. Although I guess Thing in the Ice is pretty bad against Teferi too, right? Wow. Okay, so I am definitely bringing my Terminuses back in for the last game. Is our hand good? I can't tell. I'll get back to you, Zach. I'll get back to you. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this one. When your cantrip finds some cantrips. Thought about what do we chat? I need some input from chat. Chat's a competitive advantage. Actually, so here's the actual question. Do we bottom this second opt? I think we're supposed to bottom the opt and like try and find a land, right? Anybody know what time it is? It's opt time! Yay! Sorry about that. Had a sneeze. I think we're clicking myself at end step here, right? Just gonna like end step click myself. Just like looking for a land. Hopefully they cryptic here and we get to dispel them. I'm pretty obligated to click myself here, I think. Oh, you know what? I should fetch in response to this. Because I want the Teferi to stay on the bottom. Spellskite is a horror. Is in fact a horror. Do I jam a Teferi or do I wait? I think I should wait to draw a 6th land, right? Especially since I have this Disallow to keep up. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna Disallow here. Well then, I'm not gonna fight over this negate because I want this Dispel to... Yeah, I'm gonna save this Dispel because I wanted to use it to force the Teferi through. I also like upkeep commit this thing in the ice. That might be a good line too, because they're probably not going to have enough enough things to like reflip it right away. Yeah, they can redirect to Spellskite. That is true. The line on disallowing the thing flip trigger is interesting. I didn't think about that. You can't actually redirect the redirecting the disallow to Spellskite doesn't actually have any effects. It's not Spellskite's not a legal target. So then it would just stay as an 0-4. So we're gonna upkeep, commit this, which will cause them to redirect to the Spellskite. Yeah, I cut the Terminuses out of our deck because I didn't realize exactly what they were doing. I think we're dead regardless now, right? Because they're gonna hit us for they're gonna redirect to this, and then they're gonna hit us for 7, and then we're gonna be at 2, and the Snapcaster Mage is gonna be lethal. Oh yeah, you're right. It would just stay at 1 counter. Yeah, because even if I don't have enough mana to do anything here, because I can tuck this, but then we die to the Snapcaster. Alright, I guess the way that played out, I definitely want this Supreme Verdict. I don't think I want these. I think I'm just going to bring these Terminuses back in. I'm going to split these, like, I think I want some paths. They're not going to have Spellskite every game. Oh, kicked into the Roil could maybe have drawn us an out. That's true. That's true. Could draw like another path to Exile. I think splitting these is right based on how they killed us. Come on, opponent. The Blessed Alliance thought is interesting, but while it might get my opponent once, they're going to be able to play around if they know it's coming. Well, this is basically worst case scenario for Ops and Terminuses. I should have played the island. That came into play tap because this is not a thing. That's awkward. What I think is going to happen on June 18th. My best estimate as to what's going to happen on June 18th. Oh god, I hope it's not Lantern Leagues. That would be That would be not a result I was hoping for. The best I can assume, the best I can guess is that y'all are going to get together and push an absurd number of decks in the queue to 50 points because I said I like to keep the queue with everything under 50 points. So I'm actually not going to play any spells here. I kind of want to opt to find an answer, but I don't want to play a spell if my opponent's having to move to hand size. So if they're going to miss land drops and have to discard, I want them to just discard. Yep. We are 0-2 in this league, and this is game 3 of this third match. Supreme Will, huh? I'm gonna opt now because if we had a Terminus or a Path, I want to clear this out. I might be greedy, but I'm gonna bottom that because removal is more important. If you need some variety in your Lantern Leagues, I've got a few decks. Please lose and go to the next deck. Look, they all get their fair shake. They all get played until they get 3 losses at a minimum, okay? I'm going to do my best to win. I am, in fact, going to do my best to win. What, a Spell Snare? It's kind of a tilt. We are 0-2 in this league. Bolter a cantrip and this thing's gonna end us very quickly. Farah with the brand new tier 1 sub. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I know I've seen your name around chat before. Thanks for that next level of support for helping me do what I do here every day. Well, most days. I will be off tomorrow. Tomorrow I've got some plans with the family, but I will be live after today through, I'll be live on Sunday afternoon / evening after the PT. All right, I basically don't have a choice at this point. I just have to jam. I think maybe I was supposed to just start jamming last turn. Just like give myself the most possible chances to make them have it. Dead to Snapcaster here. All right, and that's all she wrote. For the record, I think exploring a more traditional blue-white control list with a bunch of Teferis in it is probably a sweet idea. I think Teferi in conjunction with like Lad Chads and a couple of Mind Sculptors seems like it could be okay. But I think this Justin Pyle is called Justin Pyle for a reason. That's his it's his free roll for the month. They could have just snapped Bolt when we were tapped out. You're not wrong. All right, let's get the Tron deck uploaded. Get your Karn and your candy emotes ready, chat. Because Tron's a candy style of deck, really. Tron, there's a lot of candy to be had when you're playing Karn. Grab some cards from traders here and we'll be on our way. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Everyone's having a great Friday. Thanks for stopping in today. I do appreciate it. The candy emote is new, so if you're a sub and you're just dropping in, we literally have a piece of candy in chat now. People aren't playing the new Carnintron because when you have 4 lands, you generally have lots of mana. I think Tron's a sweet deck. I think it's obnoxiously powerful, and it's kind of overbearing for the format in some cases, but it is definitely a very, very powerful stack of Magic the Gathering cards. Justin's deck lost all 3 of its